All right, we start with some breaking news coming in now. DMK Minister Ponmudy has been sentenced to 3 years simple imprisonment and 50 lakh fine each to him and his wife. Now this in a disproportionate assets case, and now as per law, if they fail to pay the fine, they must undergo 6 more months of imprisonment. Now judge has suspended the sentence for 30 days since he is currently Minister of Higher Education. So that is the big update we're getting in right now. Setback for DMK's Ponmudi. Now, what we know is that he has been sentenced for 3 years. 3 years imprisonment for DMK Minister Ponmudi in the disproportionate assets case. All right, my colleague Varshini is joining us live on the broadcast for more. Varshini, a setback coming in for the DMK minister and also for the DMK itself. What we understand, he will be facing disqualification now.
Well, absolutely, yes. If you see, this is a very important setback that has now happened for the DMK government, as already Senthil Balaji was a minister, is now serving prison time. The second minister, Ponmudi, is now again sentenced for 3 years imprisonment along with 50 lakhs fine for him and his wife. Both have to pay 50 lakh each, and this is in a disproportionate assets case from 2016. Earlier, the minister and his wife, who are the A1 and A2 in this case, were acquitted from this case in 2016, and this was given by special courts which hears cases of MPs and MLAs in Viluppuram district. And later on, this DVAC, who have been investigating this case, have gone for an appeal in 2017 when the AIADMK government was in power, and that time the hearings have been happening for so many years now, around 6-7 years now, and now we can see that finally Justice Jayachandran has given out this verdict 2 days back, when he said that he's going to reverse the verdict given by the special court. Therefore, he was a convict in this case, and he said the evidences and the proofs that were submitted by the DVAC were very clearly enough to prove that 1.67 crores of disproportionate assets were accumulated by the minister and his wife, which did not corroborate with the income and expenses documents that they filed. Therefore, the minister now is a convict in this disproportionate assets case, and therefore the judge has given out a verdict, and this sentence is about 3 years and 50 lakhs fine for each of them. And if at all they are not paying the fine on time, then another 6 months of additional imprisonment has also been ordered. And apart from this, 30 days of suspension of this order has given for now, since the A1 in this case, Minister Ponmudi, has a portfolio. He is the higher education minister. Therefore, as of now, 30 days of suspension for this order has been, this sentence has been given, and within this 30 days we understand that they can go for a bail and they can go for a re-appeal in the Supreme Court, and that is why the court has given him a 30 days of time. Therefore, during this 30 days, if at all this case gets upheld by the Supreme Court, then the minister will lose his legislator post as well. As of now, he's been disqualified. This case comes under the Section 8(1) of the Representation of the People's Act 1951. Therefore, if a convict, if a legislator is convicted, then they automatically gets disqualified. Therefore, we are given to understand that he will lose his minister post as well as MLA post in the upcoming days. We'll have to wait and watch for that. Back to the studio.
Right, of course, he does face disqualification also. So what do we expect next, as you were pointing out? Because earlier we saw that the Supreme Court had dismissed the case earlier. But what is the next course of action that could save or maybe get some relief for Ponmudi and his wife?
Let me correct you. It was not the Supreme Court. It was a Sessions Court in the Viluppuram district of Tamil Nadu that hears cases belonging to special cases that pertains to MPs and MLAs. Therefore, that is where the acquittal was came in. And now, when an appeal was came into the Madras High Court, that is when Madras High Court has reversed this acquittal, and now they have convicted him and his wife in this case. Therefore, this sentence has also been given now. But what we can understand is that this Section 8(1) of the Representation of People's Act 1951 very clearly states that any legislator who have been convicted in any case will be immediately disqualified, even if the sentence is for 1 day, or even if the sentence there is no imprisonment, just fine, but still they will be immediately disqualified, is what we are given to understand. Therefore, what we are going to see now in the upcoming days is that an appeal can happen in the Supreme Court, and that could be a bail plea or an appeal in the case itself, and therefore we can go, and if at all this case gets upheld in the Supreme Court as well, if the Madras High Court verdict is upheld by the Supreme Court, then it's very clearly end game for Minister Ponmudi. He is going to be, according to the section that he is being convicted under, there is going to be suspension from his legislative post, the MLA post, the minister post is going to go away, and he will also be imprisoned for 3 years, and he will have to pay the fine. And according to this, after the imprisonment, another additional 6 years of disqualification to be a legislator would also be levied upon him. So we'll have to wait and see what is going to happen in the upcoming days as well.